We're going live
Sound
now.
quality comes in really nice.
We're live.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, shit.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
We were talking technology. We can be done talking technology. Hi guys. I don't have my special background because I switched computers and I haven't downloaded the software yet. But hello. Hi, how are you? Welcome to Twisted Perceptions, where people die, people cry, and sometimes people fly. I'm happy. I'm happy you're all here. Last week was our crossover episode that was still canon, mind you. It was very much still canon. And we left off with these bodies flickering in and out of existence. And Az and Connor are just kind of there waiting after Krizan has puffed in the smoke for the second time and disappeared and challenged them to come and find him.
And before we go any further, I just want to give a shout out because of the fact that we are actually using new music this week. This is a shout out to actually Shaq for actually bumping into this. But Clasian on Spotify, wonderful music. He's actually, as you can see, name music there. So make note of it. Have fun. Back to the show.
Hey. So lots of cool things happening, I think. We are going to be moving and getting the story rolling. There's some cool little elements that we're going to have that's going to be really cool to see and have play out. So I'm excited to see it myself, honestly. So Heliki, honestly, this pretty much lines up with Heliki's character. So Heliki won't be here for a little bit, but that's perfectly fine because Lyrie and I actually discussed this a couple days ago about where Heliki was while they were in the other dimension. So this actually lines up perfectly for what we were talking about. So no issues there. So how about we just go ahead and jump in? How's that sound?
Hell yeah.
All right. Connor and Az, you two are standing there waiting for your two friends to flicker fully back into existence. I need one of you to make me a perception check.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Wait, on stream, he's under me. There, wait, let's go.
Already it's bad.
On stream, Az is already stepping on Connor. Let's go.
That's just rude.
Is it wrong?
Yes.
No.
Yes, it is. That is a 27.
27. You look around this room, and this room is gigantic. It has maybe a 30-foot ceiling, covered in sand on one half, and is about 100 feet. Not 100 feet. I'm sorry, about 100 yards wide. And as you're looking around, you realize just how grand and how big this room is, and you're unsure as to why it's so big. You see some carvings. Either one of you two speak giant?
Nope.
Well, I'm trying to remember right now.
Ramador would.
Draconic, Dwarvish, Gnomish. Yeah, no.
All right, cool. These are some markings that you can't make out. You're like, what is this? And the room is still lighting as the lights go dimmer, and the runes at the end of the room become dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until
Still has her
Koresh,
sword out.
until Koresh and Ramanor apparate in front of you two.
And Ramanor looks different.
Quick question. Didn't those two, on their side of things, they went to sleep?
Yeah.
And they're just gonna, suddenly find themselves awake and standing here?
Mhm.
That is a quick question I did want to ask.
Do I
you
have
before.
only
Do they
fingers?
get-
Do I have only
Do they
toes?
get a full night's worth of sleep?
Yeah, you
or
get,
is it?
you get a full night's worth of sleep. I'll give you that.
So this is like them waking up,
Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
the last thing Cora saw before going to bed, still rattling around in his brain. What
So-
in the fuck?
And Ramonor looks different. To everyone, even Koresh. He's got a much larger beard, a large belt that wasn't there before, and his shield is smaller and less magical.
I'm sorry, when the fuck did you have time to do manscaping before we fucking woke up? Because I didn't get the time to fucking prepare myself to look all dapper like that.
Ah. He reaches down and he puts his hand through this beard that's about chest level now. He's just like, that's kind of weird.
Either
Look like
way,
even more of the father he acts.
great. Well, now that we're back, and Koresh is going to fucking tackle Az without a second fucking thought. Just straight up, nah, you're going to the ground, motherfucker.
Connor just like watches this, and then
Get
just
the
goes,
most un-as-like screech. She very quickly deactivates the sword so that they do not stab themselves.
just there, just fucking no.
Ramonor, give me a perception check.
Okay. That's one of my worst abilities. Never mind, that's a natural 20 for 21.
Not gonna lie. Connor's just about to go, hey, does anybody know what the hell these scribbles on the wall means?
And Ramonor, you look and you see the language of the giants written on these walls. And you see a reference to someone called the All-Walker King.
He'll read it out loud in giant first, just kind of reading through it. And then he'll translate and say that out loud. Does he know the name? History check, anything like that?
Yeah, give me a history check.
Especially if it's in giant, I feel like he might know that. 15.
15. The All-Walker King is someone who is able to live amongst regular people, but is still fully giant.
So he's a giant shapeshifter. Got it.
It's Ramonor. No.
Hold on.
When Ramonor's reading things out loud, as just from the ground, sorry I can't hear you through the flamboyance attached to me.
And it's just fucking full on block.
Well, it seems this place is connected to somebody who's giant, but can still be around everybody. Maybe
No,
like
don't care. I want to fight the bitch, Lich.
He's gone. We'll find him later.
Lich, what?
Ramonor just looks around, just like there's nobody here.
And
After
at this
hearing
point-
Az and not able to take stock, Koresh is just gonna leap up with a fucking Eldritch Blast already crackling in their hands. It's just like, where? What? How? More shit? Why?
Connor sighs. Then he goes, Corazon is the reason why you guys all disappeared. And you guys were replaced by a couple of others. We were able to get them back. You guys came back. Corazon decided to come by again to taunt us the entire time. Corazon is also the
Fortunately,
one that's is the reason for my whole party dying.
I'm gonna take a guess. The people that came over here were named. At least one of them was named Pyre.
you catch just an undefinable look on Az's face. No one knows what it is, but it's there. As she's standing up and like dusting herself off.
Yes, and apparently she's just as bitchy as.
No, you're very lucky that I can't hurt you in this room.
Oh, I know. That's the only reason why I even said it now. Or ever again.
Personally,
She
I
like
don't-
summons a dagger and chucks it at Connor just to watch it plink off him.
Yep, the dagger hits Connor right in between the eyes and then just plinks off of Connor.
Are you telling
You
me that
know,
this shine's
you-
fucking useless?
You're
Yes.
only safe if you stay in here, Connor.
I know that. Trust me, I know that very well. We learned that lesson.
Goes to pick up the dagger.
Well, are we going to just stand here and trying to figure out what the fuck this is, or are we going to get the fuck out and try and figure out where the fuck that lich bitch went?
He wants us to find him.
Well, how about we catch up with what the heck happened?
Sure. As you kind of moving around,
Montage.
Ramanor, as you're kind of moving around, you feel a piece of paper shuffling around in your gauntlet.
He reaches in and takes it.
You see a message scribbled on a piece of parchment paper, and all it says is BRB, signed Hiliki.
BRB.
BRB.
We have brought modern day slang into the
That's just-
fantasy
that's just
world.
normal.
Connor,
Um,
Ramanor invented golf. Hiliki has invented text slang.
Does that mean I can say lit and
He
not
shows
get
it to-
fucking shite for it?
He shows it to everybody. I don't. What does BRB mean?
To be right back.
Oh,
I guess.
I didn't know.
You are a fucking dad.
This is just sitting like, since when did she learn thieves can't?
Right?
From now on, text slang is thieves can't.
Oh my god, yes! I'm the only one that means Az communicates with her fellow mercenaries and assassins in text slang.
I'm totally
There's-
okay with that.
There's two kinds of thieves.
Need
right?
to
Fucking
kill, and it's just like the like skull emoji. Someone,
Oh my God,
anybody.
it's just emojis. Everything
It's
is
all
just
just emojis now.
You see, Koresh hold up a sign that has an eggplant and a splash sign on it. Like, anybody? Like,
DTF. DTF.
Connor just looks at this like, I don't even want to know. He just turns and just starts walking out the door.
Where the fuck are you going?
What happened when we were gone and other people replaced us? What happened here?
Well, we almost killed each other, but we didn't. And then there was a moving room and giant crocodile, alligator, whatever. And then we had to figure that out. Stop trying to kill each other. Found this room, lich. Now here we are. It's only been
Well,
less than a couple of hours for us.
it's good you didn't kill anybody who came over. People on the other side with us were, let's say, not so nice and had some very in-depth threats if they didn't come back. So, good thing you didn't kill them.
If I had killed Paya, it would have been Paya's fault.
If you would have killed one of them, I'm pretty sure, knowing the people that we met over there, they would have come over and probably taken my fucking arse because they know I'm the scrawniest. I mean, I nearly got smothered by fucking sand.
I feel like goes to make a snarky response, gives them a kind of confused and concerned look at the sand comment, and then just don't know,
Taps
I
the
don't
side.
care.
Taps the side of their head and sand falls out of the ear.
I'm sure Ramanor is just dropping sand everywhere at the moment. It's just all within his gear.
I have sand in places I didn't know there were.
He turns to Connor. Where the fuck do you think you're going?
I'm gonna go upstairs and try to see if this still works. And at least
So-
gave some peace. And he holds up the phylactery in his hand.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know what the fuck that thing is?
Sure.
Cool, because what is Connor, our cleric, doing with a phylactery?
I mean, I stole it. That was my bow.
Hang on a second, it's rolling. That is a 19.
That is a phylactery as fuck.
Connor, that wouldn't be the heart of a fucking lich now, would it?
And as he's walking over his shoulder, he just turns and goes, "Yes, it is the heart of my last teammate."
Cool. So what the fuck are you doing with that alone? If you're trying to actually gain contact to whoever the fuck this is, perhaps having some backup might suffice, and doing it in a room where nobody can fucking hurt each other is kind of the good thing.
And he stops.
Been a bit erratic this whole time. And that's saying something from me.
And takes a deep breath. And he goes simply, "This is how I know, or how I technically met Brahmanor. We were going through some mist, and Ramanor's voice clearly told us not to go a certain way. And then we met a Striga, who killed one of our members. One of us, their wild magic went a little bit out of control and turned them into a plant as they went unconscious. So I still don't know if they're alive or just a vegetable. And our last teammate was captured and forced to become a lich."
Right.
Ez is trying very hard not to crack a joke right now, and you can see it on her face. She's trying really hard to be supportive.
Connor, if you need to do this shit alone, fine. But have us leave the fucking room and you stay in the one where if she does decide she wants to tear your face off, she can't.
I wasn't
You're
going
smart.
to go into the room with her body. I was going to stay out of reach.
It doesn't matter. A lich doesn't need its body to come out of a phylactery. It just needs the phylactery and then it gains a new one. You understand that, right? That thing could pop out at any fucking time and you'd basically be walking into the same shite.
At that point, he just puts his head down and just... hearing her voice all over again, the memory, is like he's just been so irrational, and he's realizing that, and he just goes, "Somebody take this before I do something extremely stupid, even more than I've already done."
As his maid hand just snatches it back already. She said she was going to take it from him, and she thought he was being stupid. He is.
Can I, if I have the spell, I think I might have the spell. Okay, DM, answer me this question. If I cast Identify on it, could I talk to the spirit inside? Or rather, if I used my Dragonborn telepathy on it, since it is technically a sentient creature, could I talk to it?
Telepathy, yes. Identify, no.
Okay, cool. You mind handing me the stupid shiny rock?
Why does everybody want to hold it? Why can't I
Because
hold it?
I can talk to it.
You have to touch it to do it.
In the unique case that whatever the fuck it is touching might end up being dealing with the terrible shite that comes with it, will you trust me?
Very big ask. But she does hand it over.
It's a big ass, but I did come back, didn't I? And that means something because Koresh knows. So Koresh is going to take the stone, and I am going to use the Dragonborn telepathy to try and talk to the individual inside.
Okay, what do you say?
Hi, you don't know me, But I know an old friend of yours. Now, pardon my informality. Would you mind giving me your name? Just to start. We're gonna start this off nice-like and just have a conversation.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh. Come on, don't fuck me, Gil. Yes, I'm using the phrase. Haha, that's a 21.
I don't have any friends anymore.
Well, that's not exactly true. Look. We happened to find you in a rather unsavory place. Do you know where you are currently?
Oh, yes. I was fighting a rather large person too.
Right. Okay, fair. Now, does the name Connor ring any bells? Again, this is just a conversation. I'm not about to do anything that you do not like or wish. I'm not gonna fucking destroy you.
It's only been a few years. I remember that name. I used to go on some travels with Connor.
How do you feel about it?
I don't feel anymore. I only have my prerogative, which is fight.
Well, what if I gave you the option of choice?
I was created. I
Yes.
don't have choice anymore.
See, but you're talking to somebody with a good bit of magic and a couple of tricks up his sleeve. Would you like the ability of choice? Would you like to be able to choose your fate and your destiny?
Yes.
Now.
I would.
If I give you this, do you promise not to go stark raving mad and try to overthrow the fucking kingdoms and take over every single part of this fucking earth?
I think I'd rather sleep.
That's fair. Now, I'm going to connect somebody else in here. But first, I'm going to do this. So, would you allow me, Sir DM, if I was to cast, it's the only version of it I have, but if I use my only 6th level spell for the day to cast Mass Suggestion, can I make the act, because it has to be fulfilled, right? In order to complete the spell, you have to fulfill that action. It doesn't have a duration. If I made the stipulation, I want you to live and choose the life that you live from here on.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
Cool. So that is what I am going to do. Is she going to try and resist it?
Yes, she would try and resist it.
So wisdom of 19.
What else would the spell be targeting, considering it is mass suggestion?
I'm only targeting her. It's the only version of suggestion I have, and I can choose who it's allowed to hit or not.
That is a 16 for a failure.
Cool. Right. Now let me ask you. How do you feel?
I feel a lot better.
Do you remember much from your past now?
Yes, I remember sacrificing myself for Connor, actually, and our group of friends. My name is San Savani.
Right. So, let me connect you. And the telepathy is going to reach out and connect Connor and Koresh to the stone. You're live and on the air.
Please, well, we connect you to the next available agent.
Trying to reach you regarding your car's extended warranty.
Not gonna lie, I expected that first.
And he's talking to Connor, by the way.
Connor
So,
just
just
goes,
making sure.
son.
Is that our punching bag I'm speaking to?
Just one time, and it sticks for all eternity after that one event.
Hey, listen,
And it's
I
still-
don't make the rules. I just break them.
Yes, that was always what you were good at.
So you're alive then?
You know me, nothing's gonna keep me down for long.
All right, so I only have one other question. Tell me, for the love of God, Twig is alive.
I left him. Well,
Good, good. Then I think I can go to bed.
yeah. You deserve your rest.
Indeed, I do. The phylactery begins to crumble into dust in your hands, Koresh.
Koresh is going to look to Connor. You owe me. And isn't going to say anything other than that, and is just going to start looking about the runes.
Connor's just
And
gonna
I
nod.
told you Shaq would cry.
Look, man, I was broken up when she got taken in the one shot. I had to wait this long to find out what happened to her. You just had to go play her accurately and then go and just be like, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Dies.
Come on, that's a
That's a very that's
it's
a good
it's
ending.
good. It's
I was gonna say, I feel
great.
like that was good. I feel like
My
that was
heart
good.
hurts, but it's great.
Connor just goes, I'm going to see how to open up the path to lead us back upstairs. And
Do what you got to do.
he walks out, and there's a very, very tiny echo of his voice as he walks out. As if he just mumbled something, but
I am making a perception check on that.
That's a
motherfucker.
my dork.
that's fine.
I just so I have a character that's a lot
23.
like 17.
Az definitely hears it.
Would you say, Connor?
It's just by son. And he just walks
There's
in order
no
to be alone
fear.
for a couple of minutes.
Just ugly cries.
Oh, I missed having a good perception, man. I've been playing too many characters that have such shit perception.
Okay, cool. You hop in and you see Heliki coming back looking for you guys. 1 second, she's gonna hop on in just a quick minute.
Az has by now stowed her weapons, put her gloves on, and has just.
I'm glad I played Sansavani correctly.
You did, bro. It caught me. I don't make the rules. I just break them. That was an iconic line that she absolutely would have said.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't make the rules. I just break them.
Heliki,
And that she asked about Twig.
you are Heliki, you are flying back, and you see Connor walking up the steps. What do you guys do?
Holy shite, the fairy lives!
Hi, guys.
Kind of just there. She would definitely
What the-
see that there's something about Connor. Like, an inner turmoil that's just recently been finally put to rest. And then maybe
She's
some
gonna, like,
tears at the
zoom
corner of
over.
his eye, but he just goes,
Gonna noom over and just like wrap her arms around his neck because she's still tiny. And be like, "Are you okay?"
I'm better than I was. And he pats her gently.
Hmm. So what I meant.
Where the fuck did you go? Wait,
So-
can we see her? Did she like dip away?
You can see her. I don't know if you're close enough to like have a conversation with her, but you can see her.
Yeah, so
Can
like.
I assume
Cora's
at this
just, like-
point we're following?
Yeah,
Connor.
sure, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Az is gonna bring up the rear behind Raminor and Koresh, just like I'm gonna make sure these two don't disappear in front of my eyes again.
Where the fuck did you go?
Well, I could ask you the same thing because one second you were there and then the next second you were gone and then I couldn't see anyone. So I kind of just. Don't be mad, but me and the chickens, we kind of took a side step.
It's like, oh god.
Don't be mad.
What?
But we also went looking for the goblin, and it turns out that we didn't find the goblin, and the chickens kind of ran away. So I learned a thing about chickens, and it's they don't really like to be in the same space. They don't like each other, like at all.
That's interesting considering we keep them in fucking coops. Are we just chicken slave houses?
Eliki, you look
Yes.
over and you see Raminor looks noticeably different. Has a smaller shield.
Father.
Has a chest long beard now. Yeah, that's it.
She kind of like
And a big
does a
belt
bit
that
of a
wasn't there
double
before.
take
And a big belt.
looking at him. Are you okay? Did something happen?
Well, no, go ahead.
We're as far as I know, I'm fine.
But you're smaller a little bit. I would know.
Who?
I'm small. I'm an expert in smaller.
Who's smaller?
His shield is smaller.
Yeah. She's in her head. That's the same thing.
Size of the shield.
Small,
That's
therefore
right.
you are small.
That tracks.
It was you. That part of you was like this big, and like her arms are like stretching out to try and explain how big his shield was before. And now it's kind of like this big. It's still big, but it's not like big because you shrunk. So why did you shrink? Also, you grew at the same time. Is that what happened? Did you like cut off part of you and put it in a different part?
Not gonna
Like-
lie, hearing all of that, Connor would just start laughing. Just like.
Cora's just like, well, you got bigger and smaller. You might want to some other places and make sure they didn't get any smaller as well.
Like, he raises a brow 'cause he has no idea what you're insinuating.
Yep.
Oh, Connor's just like,
Oh.
oh man.
Does Karash look different at all? Did you change too?
Not exactly. No. Maybe a darker shade of green. I don't know, depending on how the fuck they want to look today.
Valid.
Yeah, for him, I mean, looks kinda don't matter because they can change at any point in time for any goddamn reason he chooses. Or they
They're all-
choose.
You know what? I will say this.
All
I will
of the
say
different
this.
types of Koresh are Koresh, but is he like more confident, less confident? Has he settled within himself? Is he still kind of out there? Like, what's going on?
He,
So you know what? I will
We're
say.
asking the philosophical questions. Goddamn.
I will say. They might be a slight bit more curvy today, just because.
Az is trying to
some of that
just-
ass.
Az is just trying to move on past the awkward conversation and head back upstairs.
Connor does
No,
whisper.
Connor.
Connor does
Koresh
actually
is
whisper.
stopping her. Koresh is stopping Az. Az isn't going anywhere right now. She doesn't want anyone out of her sight. He doesn't. They don't want her out of theirs. You are here.
Oh.
Connor whispers
Just
to Hiliki.
imagine her.
You just missed the fact that Az actually let Koresh hug her.
What? For real? Like they actually had physical contact? I'm telling you, that's a ship that will always
He
save.
glares at Connor and goes, "You do realize we are outside of the room now."
And he just walks. He's just like, look, I'm just the punching bag. And everybody
and
knows this.
just to be a shit, Chorus is now gonna like hang off the waist because they are short enough to just hang off the waist.
As will pop them on top of the head.
It's not gonna make them move.
That tracks. That tracks.
So I clearly missed a
I will
bit.
take the.
I will murder all of you in your sleep. We'll sleep in the same spaces.
Oh, I've learned what that means now. That means Az loves us very much, and she was very worried.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. That's what that
You
means.
look so offended right now. Like,
Whoa.
when did this turn into direct?
Not
Well,
gonna lie,
I-
that would have caught Connor off guard so
That's
hard.
good. That's
He-
good. That caught me off guard.
He legit, he just tumbles. He just like stutters, and his foot catches
Yes,
on a rock. and he
Pyraz forever,
just
Rick.
falls forward nearly,
Pyraz forever.
catching himself against the wall, and he just
Hey.
starts laughing.
If anyone wants to subscribe to our Patreon, we might have a Pyre as one shot.
Ooh.
We need five. We
Overview.
need 5 subscribers. We get 5 subscribers. We get a Pyre as subscribers. We'll get a Pyre as one shot. All right, continue.
I think she kind of like tilts her head at Romanov for a second, and she says, "How's the heart going?"
He like stops for a moment and is like, I didn't even think about that. Because it did feel weird in the other place. Does it feel regular now?
And can she make a check to
Yeah,
see?
yeah. Give me a Arcana check or a Nature check, whichever one you want, and you can take it at advantage, Haliki, because of your knowledge.
What
of
about
the Ironwood.
Ramanor?
Ramanor, you can't really tell anything.
It's in his goddamn chest.
I know.
You're like making your checks because I assume Katai is still attached to Az's back. She kind of just like flexes and like communicate, because the telepathic communication.
Yeah.
And his wings come out, and he tries to use one to nudge Koresh off of her. So like the wing comes around and starts like shoving him in the face.
Ramanor, as far as you can tell, it's working.
So
Chorus is
26.
going,
With
Oh,
her
wow.
advantage, she gets a 26.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so with a 26, you recognize that the heart of the Ironwood seems to be working fine, but you can tell that Ramanor has not fully unlocked its power.
Ooh.
Oh, and then seeing the wink, he goes, "Oh,
There's
yeah,
more.
that's also a thing too. Apparently,
Just suddenly dragon wings extending from Az's
Yeah.
back.
Cora is just gonna try and combat these wings with the crystal shard wings that he can produce one time a day, and it's just like back and forth with the wings, and it ends up
Haliki
being
kind
like
of
a
is
game.
distracted by this back and forth for a minute, and her eyes are watching like a tennis match, and she's like, "Someone's gonna
It's
win
like-
eventually." And
It's
then
like
she
the cats batting at each other, like, but it's wings.
but-
It's
But after a while, it starts becoming a game of patty cake because Cora starts making it that and tries to like get Katai to like follow along.
And then eventually she stops and she looks back at Romanov. She's still clinging to Connor. She's not letting go. And she's like, you need to do a little bit more work on that. You're not really stretching it to its full potential.
Well, considering that last time I tried, there was a chance of death.
Oh, well,
I might
if
wait a
there's
little
a
bit.
chance of death, likely you pressed the wrong button.
switchboard.
like, Connor's just gonna go. Wait,
Press the wrong button.
wait, is there just like a board with pegs on it that he has like a small little like knob that he has to like put it into the right socket?
Well, every root has like a little knob, and if you hit the knobs, it does different things. And he's clearly pressed the wrong knob. There shouldn't be a chance of death if you've inserted it right. Did you put it in correctly?
We go now.
Connor's been walking the entire time.
Ramanor was like, "What?"
Ramanor is not doing what I'm doing. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Listen. Hearing
She got shoved in my
Heliki's
chest. I
comment,
had no choice.
hearing Heliki's comment, Connor's gonna go, wait, do we have to take it on and put it back in again?
I mean, most
I
things
think
work
it's a
best
good
if you
idea to
turn it off
take out
and turn it
somebody's
back on.
heart.
No, we're not. I'm just making a joke of it.
Can we leave now?
If you turn
Hel-
it on and turn it back off again, it might work better. I'm just saying.
Heliki, if you so choose, you can make a medicine check.
Okay.
This is
That's
gonna be
fair.
amazing. I can already tell. I can
Concern.
already tell. It's good.
Rip
That's
my
a nat
heart
1
out.
for 11.
Oh no! Ramanor dies.
Heliki,
Don't touch it.
you walk up and you touch Ramanor's chest, and the heart of the ironwood is stuck in his body, and you can't get it out. You recognize you'll need more time if you're really going to try and work on it.
She kind of like tilts her head and she's like, "What did you do to it? It's so tangled. How did you get it so tangled? Do you trim it? You really should trim it more often."
He looks down to her and it's just like, I wasn't really told anything about this. It was just kind of put into me when I said I would do Naris a favor and take the heart of the ironwood.
Huh.
I haven't pressed any knobs or buttons or anything.
She kind of like looks
I
at
put
it
my
and she
hand on
taps
it and it
real
worked.
gently. She taps on it with a finger real gently, and like a tiny little spark comes out of her finger. It doesn't do anything to you, and she's like, when I made it, it wasn't meant to go in people. Like I didn't make it to go
I'm
inside
sorry.
people.
Did you just say I fucking made it?
I mean, well, not just me. Like, there was a crew of us, but it was kind of my idea. This was my idea. And she, like, taps it again, and she's like, I just never seen it so tangled.
Hey, you know that the name of the stream is Twist of Perception, not Brain Melting.
Did she twist your
Ramanor-
perceptions?
Ramanor will look down to her. Well, if you made it not to be put in people, there are... How many other people were there? Were there like 5? Other people that I saw that
I'm
were connected to
assuming
it?
that while I was away, some things happened. But, like, that wasn't our original purpose. We were looking to try and make something along the lines of wood that was living, that was as strong as metal. But it wasn't to be ingested. Like, you're not supposed to eat it or keep it in you. It was meant to kind of be like an armor on the outside. The wood was supposed to crawl over your skin like an advanced bark skin. But I suppose our artificer did something to it, or someone did something to it, because this isn't exactly how I left it. And she kind of like keeps tapping it like, why are you different? How are you different?
Oh my god. James is slowly coming back.
Any of you
after
who
that
are like
shit.
listening to this, any of you who are listening to this, recognize or starting to realize, not recognize, but are starting slowly to realize that Heliki is far smarter than you ever gave her credit for.
Built-in and
We knew she
Damn.
was smart, but I didn't think that. God damn.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Well,
in the forest.
since you
metaphors
made
like
it, or you took part in making it, could you help me get full control of it?
I mean, I can try. We might have to work together for a while, but I think so. And it didn't work with any of you. Did you all try and ingest this? And she's kind of like looking at them all like this.
Cora's
this
just gonna,
is
like-
not going well.
Park's just gonna slowly pull away from Az and just look at this fairy. And like the jaw, you can visibly see, because they do have a bit of a snout, but the jaw just kind of hangs. Like somebody dislocated it. Just like.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past
Oh,
Az. She's
fuck.
eaten other things before that are not supposed to be eaten, but
Ty's wings.
no, she did not.
flaps.
Nobody else tried. I didn't even try. I had it put into me.
Ty's wings like flap and fold back, and Az looks to Romnor first. First of all, fuck you. Second of all, no, we didn't. We didn't have a choice. We were in the middle of a fight with one of the mask wearers, and
Well, that
I don't
is
know,
a
poked
great
at Romnor
time
and
to
things
be
like that.
doing Surgery.
What?
It wasn't much of a surgery.
It wasn't even a fucking surgery.
It was more like,
Put
oh,
it in his
No,
chest.
floated into his chest.
It just.
It-
Anyways, and she immediately like bolts so that Koresh cannot latch onto her again.
Nah, Koresh is fucking.
And she is
bolting
using
right
the
after.
wings to like
Under-
propel her forward at extra speed.
All right.
I still have wings and a rapier that makes me go 60 feet. You think
Fuck
you
you.
can
He's just
do that?
drumming on Connor's head now. Doot, doot, doot.
just fine. He's just like, okay, and he just
The children are playing with each other again.
apparently,
Yeah.
Hey,
apparently,
Jack,
she
don't
missed
forget
them
that
very
Az has a
much.
line.
I cannot think of a viable way that she would ever say that legitimately in character. There
I
is
agree.
No, she
no.
has.
Yeah,
It's a funny line, but there is no like.
yeah, no,
It's-
there's just no way.
That
There's-
was one of the stipulations is that if it doesn't match the character, that we just can't say it.
Yeah,
You can pick another line, Magnolia,
You can pick another line, yes,
and
but,
you don't have to like purchase the thing again. But there is no fucking way that thing is at all in her vocabulary. Anyway, as
it's not even
trying
that.
to
It's also
get
the
outta
fact
here.
that it's telling somebody, "Hey, I kind of like you." Those words do not come out of her.
No, she says she'll kill you, which means that she likes you. Okay, back
is
to melting
true.
each other's minds.
No, that's just an empty threat.
No, that is Az's way of saying I love you. She says,
I hate all of you. You just hear she just fumes down the hallway.
See, she loves us so much.
Koresh overtakes her and just like sticks out a tongue and then keeps going. You fucking love us and you know it.
Yeah, if you
Just
guys
fucking
both
going.
fly, if you guys both fly your full speed, Koresh, you are 40 feet ahead of Az by the time she's done flying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gone.
All right.
Are
Well,
we getting out of here at all?
Koresh and Ramanor and Connor just had their minds blown. So
James had the mind blown, and Koresh is just sitting here like, I don't understand half of this shite. I'm just gonna fucking put it over here, and we're gonna leave it be.
Yeah, no, that tracks. That tracks very much.
My God.
Rower will follow after. Just chuckling a little bit.
Definitely chuckling.
all right, cool. As you guys get up to the top, the place is basically a ghost town. But as you scan the way, Connor, you look up and you see hanging from what looks to be just a line going across is a golden mask that looks like it can fit over a Kenku's face.
Okay, but like, please show me.
That wasn't there when we got here.
As looks. How far up is it?
It's about 30 feet in the air.
Can I still get it?
I
Nah,
wanna
she's
shoot
gonna
it.
look over at Koresh and just point. Bring it to me.
Absolutely, but I'm going to take precautions first, and I'm going to shoot the mask with Eldritch Blast. Because we don't know if there's something invisible wearing that shit.
Okay, you shoot the mask and it falls down.
Az goes over
Okay,
and
cool.
grabs it.
That is clearly Goldie's mask.
Yep. She kind of like grabs it by like the beak part and just kind of shakes it like, you motherfucker. Like, yeah. You know how long I've been waiting to do this? Just here. She just
Just like
calms herself.
strangling the beak.
Yes. And then she just and sticks it on her belt along with the other two masks that she has.
Is the stadium closed?
It's empty, not closed.
Anybody want to fucking burn this shite down with me? Because I know I want to burn it the fuck down.
Do what you want to do. I'm taking a walk. And she
I don't know
promptly
how you're
turns
gonna
and
burn
walks
down
the
stone.
opposite direction.
Motherfucker. Okay.
And
let
when
me
she's
see.
far
What
enough
do I
away,
got?
she
What
is
do I
going
got?
to
What do I got?
sneak.
Is there any gunpowder or something flammable like oil or liquid somewhere?
Mm,
No?
there is a lot of flour.
Actually, you know what? That might not be an issue at all.
Connor's just gonna start
Yeah,
walking rapidly the moment that he said, "Want to burn
I-
this place?" He's just like, I'm gonna go." He's just like,
I don't think they understood what you meant by
Okay.
flour for.
Oh,
No,
like ground white flour.
"Yeah,
So-
I know
so
exactly
what
what he
we're
meant."
I mean, what it's being
Oh.
used for.
Oh,
Oh.
that shit's highly flammable. Good luck.
Yeah, that thing
Yeah,
will
look,
ignite.
I didn't-
Yeah,
I didn't know that I had the spell because I forgot that, Magic Initiate Warlock gave me Create Bonfire, but we're gonna do that. So how many barrels of flour are there?
About 4.
Cool. Ramanor, help me put these things up in the fucking stands. And Koresh is going to use, because, fuck it, I don't know if we're gonna fight anything today, and at this point, I don't fucking care. I just want this thing gone.
and
so-
Ramonor just chuck it
You
Yeah.
can chart,
because
and
it
Big
needs
B's-
it needs to be in big clouds anyway.
Yeah.
Big B's hands is going to help as well as just carries one, puts it in one corner, takes one, puts it in the other corner. And once all of them are set up, we're just gonna light these bitches up. Because
You want the
a
flour to
goddamn
be floating in
arsonist.
the air in a cloud first.
you need to chuck it, and the barrel needs to pop, and then you can burn it.
Oh,
Yeah.
as this happens,
Okay.
Az is nowhere to be found.
Connor would see her.
Oh,
25
I'll-
stealth check.
I'll find her
Connor's
later. I
passive.
have a +9 to fucking perception. So, we're just going to forecast a fireball. Let's light this bitch up.
Okay. You are directly under those. Ramanor and
I would
Conor,
have gotten out of the way.
Oh, before.
I
Okay.
wasn't gonna.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Okay.
stay in there if
I'm
I
just
wanted
gonna
to burn down.
You know, you didn't mention it. You know that's what I'm saying. Like,
No, that's fair. That's fair. No, I would have gotten out of the way because I don't want to die.
Yes, please don't die.
I just got here. I don't want to die.
Don't die.
Anyways, so I cast it 4 times. Do you want me to roll damage, or do we just want to see what the fuck happens?
let's just see what the fuck happens. Okay, cool. So 3. Let me do some mathing. You guys can role play while I do some mathing.
Koresh is going to make a perception check to see a defined as, because the fucking person that, kind of was trying to get back to is fucking nowhere to be seen. What was your stealth check again?
25.
Ramonor's not even gonna
Oh, meets fucking beats. Where are you?
Not inside the stadium, obviously, understanding that it was going to be.
No, she's outside the stadium now. Where is she?
Ford, I'm going to interrupt your mathing real quick. What's our environment like?
You are in a stadium. So you could have hide
Outside of it.
Oh, outside of the stadium, you're kind of in a mountain range still. So, pretty hilly, pretty rocky. So you could be in a ravine somewhere, or you could just have turned a few corners.
Yeah, she walked until she found herself some ravine to just sit. And as Koresh goes looking, he'll see her down there, and she's just sitting, and she's not even making a sound at all. But her shoulders are shaking.
Like she's scared.
Right?
Can I insight,
Well-
please?
Go for it.
I think you would have to see her though.
Connor would have
Are
pointed
you
it
able
out,
to
but he
see?
wouldn't. He's
Would it
not going to go
kindle
over
Well,
it.
no, because Koresh was the one who went to go look for her.
Oh, okay, yep. Never mind then. Don't stress. I thought we were
Yeah,
all
because
together.
I had to make a perception check.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it's
okay.
all good.
Okay, I finished my
Koresh-
mathing. Would you like me to explain the mathing, or would you like me just to explain?
Oh, explain the mathing first.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I calculated
I
one
don't know the
barrel.
math thing. I want to see what carnage I caused.
I calculated what a barrel is. A barrel is 53 gallons in this situation. So we got 53 gallons, a 53 gallon barrel full of flour. How much does a gallon weigh? About 8.8 pounds. So we rounded down to 8. And 8 times 53 equals 424. You had 5 53 gallon barrels of flour. That's 2,120 flour, 20 pounds of flour. Flour is far more flammable than coal dust, but it is not as volatile. But me too. But it is not as volatile, so it doesn't explode more than it just catches fire. So as it gets thrown into the air and it expands into this cloud, and you cast a fireball in each one, the fire then spreads across the entire cloud of flour, and then literally rains onto the entire in the entirety of the stadium. You just created flame rain.
And I'm
Good
just
job.
I'm just fucking walking
The
out like a
dramatic
boss.
hero walk out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool
Straight up,
guys
rapier
don't
out,
look at
wings are out.
explosions.
Exactly. So fucking Rapier goes back, finds Az, and looks at this. I will make an insight check to see what's going on, because I fucking love that this character has this shit, man. I've been playing, again, too many characters that have shit insight and shit perception. 17?
It's enough to tell you that she's crying.
And her eyes out.
Fair enough.
Remember,
This
guys,
woman
I don't do
just-
the things. I just narrate them.
she's breaking.
Yeah, so Koresh is going to slowly come down. And just, you know what? I'll make a stealth check of my own. Why don't we see how this works?
Either this is going to go really well, or it's
That is a 24 stealth.
I have a 21 passive, and she is not paying attention, so she does not know.
So Koresh is going to be absolutely silent in their approach, as they kind of just sat down beside her. This a little bit of a distance, maybe 2 feet, probably like around another rock to just try and, like, you might be barely able to see them, but you're also not paying attention, so I doubt it. I told you this time would be different.
The moment
I didn't-
you speak, her head just kind of whips up, and she's immediately like. trying to-
No, hey, none of that. This is your time to break. I'm not going to take that from you. But I kept my word, didn't I? I came back. I wasn't going to stay gone. You know I'm far too stubborn for that shite. I'm not saying this makes up for everything, but I'm here. Ramanor's back, Heliki's back, we're all back. Not everything has to be like that. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Despite their assurance, still desperately trying to get her face clean and act like absolutely nothing is wrong, and just, yes, it's fine.
No,
Fine, I
don't.
get it.
Hey, no. Hey, don't horseshite me, because I'm the king of horseshite. Look. I met someone in the place where I went, and Koresh takes out a notebook. This man has sacrificed quite a deal and done quite a lot. And you know who they reminded me of when I was over there? Not because they were bitchy and literal air quotes, like, not because they were angsty or rude or threatened to kill me every 5 seconds, which I know you do with love. But because I understood that struggle, because I heard it. Heard it from someone very close. We're back. We are healthy. Now is your time to break. This is not a negotiation, and I will leave
No, he's freezing.
you if that's what you need to cry. Oh, fuck.
You're
Sorry, I froze there for a second. I could see it.
yeah. No, you're good.
There he
You're
is.
good.
Yeah.
You're back.
No. Okay. No, I knew what was happening. I saw the fucking everybody else froze on me. And it's happening again. Motherfucker. Hang on. I'ma try.
Wi-Fi apparently
okay.
does
Can
not
y'all hear me?
appreciate the sentimental moment. Yes.
No, not at all.
I
Wi-Fi
can hear
said-
you, but you are frozen in almost the exact same position you were in earlier before
just
stream started.
fucking- Are you
No,
kidding?
no, you're good now. You're
Wait,
back.
there it is.
You're back.
Okay,
You're back.
okay. You can hear me, you can see me. I'm not fading into the non-existence.
No, you're good right now.
It happened again, didn't it?
You're good right
Okay.
now. Right now, you're
So-
good.
Look. Again, I will leave if that's what you need to let this shite out. But I wasn't about to leave you without assurances. And I wasn't going to come back here and not I know. And that means something to me, whether you think it does or not. You mean something to me, whether you like it or fucking not. So yeah, I'm gonna be on your ass about it, simply due to the fact that it matters.
You kind of watch, and you can like see her just steadily
Would
losing.
you like me to leave?
Oh,
And he let
it's so hard. Okay. She just the more they talk, the more they can just see her steadily losing whatever small bit of composure she had grabbed hold of. And she doesn't answer their last question. And she looks away as it just starts going down again and just you think you understand. You don't. Little you know of me. Right? You woke up. You're weak. Stood standing in the way of some dragon's explosion. I am weaker than I was before. My brand, my marking, that tells people who I am. Everybody saw it. And then we come here. everyone disappeared before my very eyes, and who I'm left with starts to break before me with every bite. And I have to stay sane when all that plays through my mind is all of the things that I was made to do and see. When the mages took my home, when I watched the people disappear in so many ways. And here I am, and then here comes these new people in this angst with them, an insult to my intellect, and a woman who is seeking to save her home. Something I couldn't do. And more things that I don't understand. And like, there's like tears already streaming down her face again, and she kind of adjusts her armor and pulls it down just a bit, and you can see barely, like, from under her collarbone down, dragon scales. Sit back up.
I cannot. We did not hear that.
Where are the dragon scales?
Wrinkles the motherfucking microphone!
Oh look, it's Goldie's mask.
It's Goldie's mask. But anyway, just goes. And it's like just barely above a whisper. I am tired. I'm very tired. I don't know what is going on anymore. Nothing was the same. Nothing is the same as it was the last time around. I don't know what I'm doing, and everything I did before was wrong. And then she just stops. And she's crying too hard to say anything else.
You're right. I don't understand. Your world was a lot bigger than mine when I lost it. Your calling was greater. Is greater. But, if I may be so bold, you're not weaker because some fey fuck decided it. You're not wrong. Things weren't done right the first time. Fine. For some fucking reason, the universe in its infinite cruelty decided to give all of you another chance. Decided to pick you up from where you lay and put you back on your fucking feet. We've had this conversation before, as it's going to end the same way. Take this by the fucking balls and squeeze them till they fucking pop.
Absolutely disgusting image in my head.
Yeah, no, fair enough, but it's Koresh, so like it works. You are a fucking badass.
True. Facts.
But that doesn't mean that you have to sit there and wait for your moments when you need them. As are there things in this world that can harm you just by virtue of what your mark is? Yes, absolutely. And I will not try to smudge that over and sweep it under the rug. But they haven't caught you yet. And quite truthfully, I'm still waiting for the fuckers hunting my ass. Because, well, the badass also decided to eat my contract, and now you can literally do what I do. Do you know how fucking crazy that is? Like, actually, like, take this into your brain for a second. And Koresh puts up a minor illusion and just, like, replays that pulsing, like, replays, like, what her eating the contract probably looked like to them. That shite is fucking insane. You surviving is fucking insane. You becoming your own person afterwards is even more so. Your strength isn't in your bones. It's not in your muscles. It's not in how fast you can move or how quick you are to speak. What makes you strong is this. And he pounds the chest. You've got more of that shite than I've seen in pretty much fucking anyone. Now, bear in mind, Ramanor's heart may be made of some magical wood. Connor's may be made of some form of stone, probably something softer, maybe like a sponge stone, you know those ones you throw into a lake and they kind of float to the top? And Haliki's is made of butterflies and fucking rainbows and unicorns, for all I fucking know.
The last one tracks, but how dare?
You get beat up a lot, so you gotta be able to take it. If your heart's not stone, I don't know what the fuck it is. Mine is made of...
Just a sponge.
Mine is made...
Of cuddles.
Of... song... and a little bit of barbed wire. Yours, above all others, is made of steel and grit. And that's not a bad thing. A hardened heart doesn't mean you can't be kind. It doesn't mean you can't give love or affection or care. Which, despite what you might believe, you kinda do, whether you want to admit it or not. A heart is what makes you strong. Did you do things wrong in the beginning? Maybe. But what are you doing now, Az? You're retracing your steps and you're making it better. You're righting the very wrongs that you're afraid you've committed. Do you understand that? That's who you are. You're more than a bitch. You're more than an angsty rebel. Let's talk actual facts here. You're the one who started all of this. You brought the party back together. You put them on the right path. You did this. This whole fucking shebang. Everything that we've come to know now in this day is because of you. I wouldn't be here, Ramanor wouldn't be here, Connor wouldn't be here, Heliki would still be living at the bottom of a pit covered in muck.
She'd be drowning in muck, actually. Fun fact, she'd be drowning in it and dying because she can't swim.
You may not know it. You may not know it. You're exactly what keeps this group together. And you didn't even have to try very hard. You tell us you're gonna murder us and we're like, oh, we love you too. You threaten us daily, but we still understand that it comes from a place that most people wouldn't understand. But that's because we've been there. Maybe not exactly. We may not have felt the same kind of hurt, but we've hurt. You don't have to face this alone. And I don't care how many times I have to sit with you in a corner and say it. I'm going to fucking say it. And I'm going to keep doing it until you act on it. And maybe a little bit after that too, just for some general reassurance and good mantra into the universe. as I made a fucking god because you pulled me into this fucking shite. Do you understand that?
That is true. That is true.
You do
You
be
are
right.
actively changing the course of history. And I, for one, am not going to sit around and watch you squander it. That doesn't mean don't show it. That doesn't mean don't break. That doesn't mean hide it and bury it all down. What it means is we're here. You brought the people around you that you needed. We all saw that brand. Yes. But did any one of us, call you out on it? Did any one of us chastise you for it? Sure, maybe the others don't know what it means, but I do. And I have a fair bit to bet that Connor does too. We didn't sell you out. We didn't drag you kicking and screaming. I, for one, if anyone tries to touch you, I'm going to make sure that they understand what it means to feel execution firsthand. And I'm pretty sure that's the same for the rest of us.
More like radiant fire. I don't know, but yeah.
Definitely
We-
radiant fire.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm just gonna say it, and whether you believe me or not after this, doesn't mean I'm gonna stop saying it. We love you. We care about you. To be quite honest, so far, the only thing keeping me in this party is the fact that you're in it and you decided to drag my scaly ass out of the fucking muck. That's gratitude I'm going to be paying back for the rest of my fucking life. Whether you want it or not. So, we're here. And we give a shit. And Koresh is going to leave the journal that he wrote in for Az to look at that state of the man that he talked to. I'm very sorry. My memory is shit, so I do forget the character's name. If you are in this chat,
Isa?
I am oh so very sorry, and I will
Are
ask
you talking
no, it
about
wasn't
Isa?
Tamriel.
Tam.
Okay,
Tam. No,
I was
Tam.
like,
Tam.
yeah.
Tam. Thank you. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I do love your character, and I do have your DMs. So, in this journal, actually, do you read the journal after Koresh leaves? Because Koresh puts the journal down and leaves.
as stops them from leaving, actually. They
Okay.
get up to go, just hand reaches out, grabs their arm, pulls them right back down, and there's a moment where she doesn't do anything. She just holds. And then she just kind of turns over and puts her head in her lap and keeps crying. She just
Aw.
lays there
And-
in probably the most vulnerable position and state she has ever been in to date.
So,
And cries.
Koresh is going to telepathically message the others. I've got Az, give us like at least half an hour to an hour. We're working out a breakthrough.
Meanwhile, before that message comes in, I honestly no clue where they went. They just ran off in some direction and they're gone. I haven't said
Yeah,
anything
we'll have
to
to
us,
take a
so-
break. I think that's the perfect place to take a break.
It is a good there's really nothing any of us can do to stop that.
Welcome to Twisted Perceptions, where the Ditzy presenting character is the one who created the Heart of the Ironwood and Azura Sarosa cries. We'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll see you guys here soon. So,
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right.
Now we just
Sometimes I feel like I just can't catch a break. Like I'm so spread out, I'm running out of space. Can't stay woke when you stuck up in a sunken place. But sleep on me, That's a big mistake.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now. I'm trying to raise the stakes. I put the fiddle on the rhythm with a lot of bass. Add a little bit of wisdom, learn from my mistakes. Now watch me mix it with the vision and what does it make. I guess I'm finding out. They see a young and do it different and they bound to doubt. Just give me space to let me work and I'ma show them how. Step out my way with all that dirt that y'all be throwing now. See, I got friends who show me love with shaded eyes. I'm slick, burnt out, and I'ma thank my 9 to 5. I got a girl at home, trying to bag me on the side. And all I really wanna do is roll it up and vibe.
I got all these distractions, trying to get a reaction. And though I slick, just wanna run away. I'ma come with the action, I'ma come with the passion. I won't give them the satisfaction. I'ma rest, but on another day. Until then, I'm just asking.
Let me focus now, just let me focus.
Just breathe.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down.
breathe.
Let me focus now, just let me focus now. Whoa, hold up, honing on where I wanna be. I won't slow up, I see the path in front of me. I got no time to waste, I'm trying to blow like 23. Just look ahead if you're really trying to come for me. Don't tell them where I'm going, tell them where I've been. Since legit, I've been banging on that violin. When I was 6, my family started spiraling. They was at their wild end, that's when shit got violent. See, I got demons, and they lurking in my mind. I can't make sense, so cop a bill and drop a dime. I preach self-love, but I forget to give me mine. And all I really wanna do is roll it up and vibe.
I got all these distractions, trying to get a reaction. And though I slick, just wanna run away. I'ma come with the action, I'ma come with the passion. I won't give them the satisfaction. I'ma rest, but on another day. Until then, I'm just asking.
Let me focus now, just let me focus.
Just breathe.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now. I'm really wildin' out. Sometimes I feel I got this inner voice just crying out. I've given everything I got and I'm still grinding out. Block out the white noise, I just want quiet now. I think it's time I gotta choose between what I want and what I ought to lose. Between what I am and what I gotta prove. I'ma focus on what matters, y'all can follow suit.
Sometimes I feel like I just can't catch a break. Like I'm so spread out, I'm running out of space. Can't stay woke when you stuck up in a sunken place. But sleep on me? That's a big mistake.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now. I'm trying to raise the stakes. I put the fiddle on the rhythm with a lot of bass. Add a little bit of wisdom, learn from my mistakes. Now watch me mix it with the vision and what does it make. I guess I'm finding out. They see a young and do it different and they bound to doubt. Just give me space to let me work and I'ma show them how. Step out my way with all that dirt that y'all be throwing now. See, I got friends who show me love with shaded eyes. I'm slick, burnt out, and I'ma thank my 9 to 5. I got a girl at home, trying to bag me on the side. And all I really wanna do is roll it up and vibe.
I got all these distractions, trying to get a reaction. And though I slick, just wanna run away. I'ma come with the action, I'ma come with the passion. I won't give them the satisfaction. I'ma rest, but on another day. Until then, I'm just asking.
Let me focus now, just let me focus.
Just breathe.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now. Whoa, hold up, honing on where I wanna be. I won't slow up, I see the path in front of me. I got no time to waste, I'm trying to blow like 23. Just look ahead if you're really trying to come for me.
where I'm going, said I'm where I've been. Since legit, I've been banging on that violin. When I was 6, my family started spiraling. They was at their wild end, that's when shit got violent. See, I got demons, and they lurking in my mind. I can't make sense, so cop a bill and drop a dime. I preach self-love, but I forget to give me mine. And all I really wanna do is roll it up and vibe.
I got all these distractions, trying to get a reaction. And though I slick, just wanna run away. I'ma come with the action. I'ma come with the passion. I won't give them the satisfaction. I'ma rest, but on another day. Until then, I'm just asking.
Let me focus now, just let me focus.
Just breathe.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now.
I'm really wildin' out. Sometimes I feel I got this inner voice just crying out. I've given everything I got and I'm still grinding out. Block out the white noise, I just want quiet now. I think it's time I gotta choose between what I want and what I ought to lose. Between what I am and what I gotta prove. I'ma focus on what matters, y'all can follow suit. Sometimes I feel like I just can't catch a break. Like I'm so spread out, I'm running out of space. Can't stay woke when you stuck up in a sunken place. But sleep on me? That's a big mistake.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now.
I'm trying to raise the stakes. I put the fiddle on the rhythm with a lot of bass. Add a little bit of wisdom, learn from my mistakes. Now watch me mix it with the vision and what does it make. I guess I'm finding out. They see a young and do it different and they bound to doubt. Just give me space to let me work and I'ma show them how. Step out my way with all that dirt that y'all be throwing now. See, I got friends who show me love with shaded eyes. I'm slick, burnt out, and I'ma thank my 9 to 5. I got a girl at home, trying to bag me on the side. And all I really wanna do is roll it up and vibe.
I got all these distractions, trying to get a reaction. And though I slick, just wanna run away. I'ma come with the action. I'ma come with the passion. I won't give them the satisfaction. I'ma rest, but on another day. Until then, I'm just asking.
Let me focus now, just let me focus.
Just breathe.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now.
Whoa, hold up. Honing on where I wanna be. I won't slow up. I see the path in front of me. I got no time to waste, I'm trying to blow like 23. Just look ahead if you're really trying to come for me. Don't tell them where I'm going, tell them where I've been. Since legit, I've been banging on that violin. When I was 6, my family started spiraling. They was at their wild end, that's when shit got violent. See, I got demons, and they lurking in my mind. I can't make sense, so cop a bill and drop a dime. I preach self-love, but I forget to give me mine. And all I really wanna do is roll it up and vibe.
I got all these distractions, trying to get a reaction. And though I slick, just wanna run away. I'ma come with the action. I'ma come with the passion. I won't give them the satisfaction. I'ma rest, but on another day. Until then, I'm just asking.
Let me focus now, just let me focus.
Just breathe.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now.
I'm really wildin' out. Sometimes I feel I got this inner voice just crying out. I've given everything I got and I'm still grinding out. Block out the white noise, I just want quiet now. I think it's time I gotta choose between what I want and what I ought to lose. Between what I am and what I gotta prove. I'ma focus on what matters, y'all can follow suit. Sometimes I feel like I just can't catch a break. Like I'm so spread out, I'm running out of space. Can't stay woke when you stuck up in a sunken place. But sleep on me? That's a big mistake.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now.
I'm trying to raise the stakes. I put the fiddle on the rhythm with a lot of bass. Add a little bit of wisdom, learn from my mistakes. Now watch me mix it with the vision and what does it make. I guess I'm finding out. They see a young and do it different and they bound to doubt. Just give me space to let me work and I'ma show them how. Step out my way with all that dirt that y'all be throwing now. See, I got friends who show me love with shaded eyes. I'm slick, burnt out, and I'ma take my 9 to 5. I got a girl at home, trying to bag me on the side. And all I really wanna do is roll it up and vibe.
I got all these distractions, trying to get a reaction. And though I slick, just wanna run away. I'ma come with the action, I'ma come with the passion. I won't give them the satisfaction. I'ma rest, but on another day. Until then, I'm just asking.
Let me focus now, just let me focus.
Just breathe.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now.
Whoa, hold up. Honing on where I wanna be. I won't slow up. I see the path in front of me. I got no time to waste, I'm trying to blow like 23. Just look ahead if you really trying to come for me. Don't tell them where I'm going, tell them where I've been. Since legit, I've been banging on that violin. When I was 6, my family started spiraling. They was at their wild end, that's when shit got violent. See, I got demons, and they lurking in my mind. I can't make sense, so cop a bill and drop a dime. I preach self-love, but I forget to give me mine. And all I really wanna do is roll it up and vibe.
I got all these distractions, trying to get a reaction. And though I slick, just wanna run away. I'ma come with the action, I'ma come with the passion. I won't give them the satisfaction. I'ma rest, but on another day. Until then, I'm just asking.
Let me focus now, just let me focus.
Just breathe.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now.
I'm really wildin' out. Sometimes I feel I got this inner voice just crying out. I've given everything I got and I'm still grinding out. Black out the white noise, I just want quiet now. I think it's time I gotta choose between what I want and what I ought to lose. Between what I am and what I gotta prove. I'ma focus on what matters, y'all can follow suit. Sometimes I feel like I just can't catch a break. Like I'm so spread out, I'm running out of space. Can't stay woke when you stuck up in a sunken place. But sleep on me? That's a big mistake.
Let me focus now, just let me focus. Let me focus now, just let me focus. I'm about to go in now, nothing finna hold me down. Let me focus now, just let me focus now.
I'm trying to raise the stakes. I put the fiddle on the rhythm with a lot of bass. Add a little bit of wisdom, learn from my mistakes. Now watch me mix it with the vision and what does it make. I guess I'm finding out. They see a young and do it different and they bound to doubt. Just give me space to let me work and I'ma show them how. Step out my way with all that dirt that y'all be throwing now. See, I got friends who show me love with shaded eyes. I'm slick, burnt out, and I'ma take my 9 to 5. I got a girl at home, trying to bag me on the side. And all I really wanna do is roll it up and vibe.
I got all these distractions, trying to get a reaction. And though I slick, just wanna run away. I'ma come with the action, I'ma come with the passion. I won't give them the satisfaction. I'ma rest, but on another day. Until then, I'm just asking.
Let me focus now, just let me focus.
Just breathe.
The last thing to pack.
Everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, folks.
Hi, we're talking about moving. Riley and I are now in a new house.
Whilst I eat my potatoes, Shaq, do your thing.
Oh yeah, I have a thing to do.
You do.
Hi, go check our social media because, yes, just do that.
Because yes.
Primary things to pay attention to, and mind you, you can find all of these links over here on our link tree that is on our profile. Easy to access for you. Primary things, join our Discord. We want to hang out with you and we want to have fun. And our Discord is where we can, do that a lot more easily off stream and just exist with you guys and be nerds together. Join our Discord. We have an Instagram and a TikTok. Go follow us for social media updates and shenaniganry. We have a YouTube with all our past episodes if you would like to catch up on things and understand what the fuck we're talking about when we're talking about the Heart of the Ironwood. And half of the other things that were mentioned that don't make any sense at all sometimes without context. Go check out our past episodes. We also have a Patreon with certain levels giving you certain rewards and certain opportunities to do fun things on stream, like suggesting an NPC or possibly even showing up on stream as said NPC. And all the proceeds we get from this just go to us getting better equipment, so I can, whisper into my mic and you guys can actually hear me, and I don't have to strangle it on stream because.
Like this.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I
so
think she means
we
like
just want
this.
to. Anything we get just goes towards us being able to stream better for you guys because we love doing this and we love having fun and sharing that with you. Just to keep you guys updated, it has been said before, but we are starting a podcast that will be released very soon. More updates to come, and again, patrons will get early access to certain things. That is coming. You will see some of this table that you see here before you, but not all of the same faces, as well as people from over in Player Hater Gaming will be joining us at that podcast table. It is an entirely new premise, so join us for that shenaniganry and to find out
New premise.
what the fuck we're doing.
Yep.
Because I didn't find out what my class was until a couple days ago. All I knew was I had a shiny rock and it did something. Cool.
Look, I'll actually mention it now for those who want to join the Patreon. And our wonderful DM could also correct me, but all of our session zeros will be patron only.
Yes. Every character in the podcast game has a session 0 that I recorded, and if you become our highest tier patron, you will get access to each one of those session 0s. They will be unedited because I didn't have the time to edit them, but
You can listen to the shenaniganry unimpeded.
And then you can also see the choices we all made to figure out what classes we are.
Yes.
I didn't even make a goddamn choice, okay? I just got handed my shit.
That's what you think.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It do be like that.
Hey, I'm okay with it. It's going to give my character a very interesting kind of character flaw detriment.
And also, if we get 5 Patreon subscribers, just in general, we'll do a pyre as one shot.
Okay, if you didn't see last week's episode where the people who took the place of Koresh, Ramanor, and Heliki were here, you should go watch that and understand what we're talking about and why people still ship Az with Pyre and the bond that happened and why these two desperately need their own spin-off. It is bitch on bitch energy, and it's great.
It's like Sam and Cat, but Pyre and Az.
Yes.
Good God.
All the fun stuff.
Maybe I just made an iCarly reference, and I don't know if anybody got it. All right.
No, I got it.
I got it.
Understood.
I got it.
I wasn't allowed to watch Disney Channel as a kid.
That sucks. Okay.
Oh no. Anyway.
Oh no, our table. It's broken.
This table is broken.
Yes, we are.
Okay. We are all a bunch of broken.
We left off with Azure Sarosa crying in Koresh Bahamuti's lap.
Say it like that.
Yes.
That's exactly what's happening.
So I'm gonna say that as Miss Azuris starts to calm down, Karish is going to very sneakily telepathy out to everybody. Alright, she's calmed down a little bit. But I'm gonna have y'all come down here. And,
You gonna bite us?
all of the hugs, all of them. I don't give a shite. We are doing this. If she does bite you, then you're going to put a band-aid on it and you're gonna hug her anyway.
Okay, cool. So we're doing hug to death. To the death. And Heineke's already like patting on Connor like he's a drama being like we're going to war. It's fucking
War.
A war with hugs, yes. Don't actually try to kill her, but like make her feel like, you know, maybe a bit tight.
Also, for reference for all of our viewers, Lyri's mom watches our stream sometimes, so this is great. We just love watching Lyri make fun of herself. It's great.
My mom laughs every time, and she's like, "Do they know? Do they know that this is your purest form on the inside, is you being excited about hugs?"
Or
Yeah.
when the time we ended just on the snakes, and she was like, "Snakes!"
Yes.
She was so upset. She was so upset that was the
She
end.
was like, "I have to come back next week."
That
I
was
like, you don't
awesome.
understand. It didn't end. There was more.
That was awesome, though.
Alright.
Mom, there's always more.
Yep.
But yeah, no, we're going to give this one an actual fucking cuddle pile, and I don't give a shite whether she protests or not.
I feel like at this point in time, Az has settled down into the. There's no more tears, but I'm like kind of like hiccuping, dry, crying, just kind of, you know, laying there.
Sorry.
And Ramanor goes sprinting.
Noom.
and Courage just like
You just hear the grunt.
oh, so I have Az, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to like put an arm around her gently, but just kind of hold her there, so she doesn't.
You're staying here, madam.
Connor's just
You are
gonna
not
walk
able to
calmly.
leave.
and he's gonna ignore the pounding on top of his head as he continues to walk.
Ramanor shows up first.
Yep.
Come on in here, big guy.
Ramanor, what do you do?
He does a full-on baseball slide into base directly next to them before immediately wrapping both
Yes.
Koresh and
Yes.
Az in his arms and just
Yes.
completely fucking encompassing them.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Look,
then
he's sobbing again.
Oh, Az.
everybody get the fuck. Connor, where the fuck are you? Get the fuck over here, mate.
Connor and Heliki then show up. Connor, you see a sad-looking Az.
Being squeezed to
Curled
death
up
by a
in-
furball.
It's like I the way I picture it, I see like, you know, Ramanar is sitting there big, got his arm, and so she's kind of like pressed up against Koresh, but also against Ramanor, and is just curled up, looking very small for the first time ever, just sobbing.
He's just gonna walk up. He's gonna be like, "It's alright." He's gonna tap her on the shoulder, and then just like, as if like he's just giving her comfort in a way that he knows that she would be fine with, but at the same time staying far enough away so like she doesn't stab him because of it.
Koresh is going to use Big B's hand, which is still active from throwing the flower, to press him into the hug.
Great.
Sorry,
As that
I-
happens, Connor, you become face to face with Az, and you realize she's just taking it.
Yep. Heineke's gonna fly off Az off Connor and land on Az's head and just kind of like crash tackle her skull into like there's a really tight because she's tiny and
All
she
I
can't
can see is her landing
make it around
onto
anywhere else.
the top of Az.
Yep.
And just her hands are going right by her temple.
All right. I didn't expect this to happen so soon, but I knew at some point in time this would happen, which is a group hug. Now that this group of hug is happening, Az, give me even or odd.
Let's go even.
Should I use Ramanor's deja vu dice?
I mean,
He has one.
I'm sorry, I'm looking for a detail.
Anybody care to donate deja vu dice to?
You say even?
Yes.
Oh, that's a 6.
I have enough for a deja vu dice.
So do
No,
I.
I
got it.
As all of your friends are hugging you tightly, you remember the same sensation with your group. Just a random night. You guys are all at a tavern and you had a little too much to drink. And everyone is around the table hugging you, and you remember yourself enjoying it. That's it.
Look, she's crying harder.
This time she's actually grabbing Ramanor. Like
I feel like she's like being squished and enveloped. At this point, it's just like a desperate, like fingers curled up into what she can grab of his shirt, and just like ugly crying.
Aww.
Ramanor, do you have a deja vu dice?
Best.
I have one, yeah.
Did you want to use it?
Okay, it's a good moment.
All right, cool. You want to use it? All right, cool. Even around.
Odd.
Oh. Wow, you guys are nailing them today. You got a 3, baby.
I knew it couldn't be even twice in a row.
All right.
The
So-
odds were 50-50.
Mhm.
So Ramanor, I'll give you something that's relevant to the current question roll. You walk into a room and it kind of pans in and out, and it's just like a pulsing memory that you see. But you see a short boy walking down steps from a throne towards you and your party. And he extends his hand for a handshake. That's it.
I don't see if I accept the handshake. I just see a hand extended and then done.
You see someone reaching out their hand.
Does it look like mine?
It is not yours, no.
Okay. Okay. He's not gonna ruin the nice moment by talking about professional shit, so he's gonna wait until all this is done.
Connor's gonna ruin the moment.
That sounds about right.
Air! Let go!
Ramanor squeezes tighter.
Faster!
The hand just pushes closer.
Oh, that's all you get out of Connor the entire time.
Need air. Ow.
At some point, obviously, things calm down, and as just sits there quiet.
And yes, Silver, I did know this day would come.
One day
Oh,
there would be a group hug.
Fresh.
One day that as
there's always
Precious.
a group hug with the angsty character. All right, go ahead.
oh yeah. Koresh just gonna look to Az and kind of notice like the thing, like everything starting to calm down. And gradually, because of his constant protesting and bitching like a little baby, Koresh is going to slowly move the hand away.
Connor can get out.
Yeah, Connor's gonna be like walk away for a bit, just like kind of like keel over and just take deep, very slow, deep breaths. Oh, ribs! Oh, hold on. Oh, there it went. That went to the right place.
Oh, you got 12 more. Quit your whining. Chorus over here, who has probably made himself just the tiniest bit smaller to fit comfortably in the hug, so that way he never got crushed.
All right, what are you guys doing?
As is
Well-
quiet and waits to see what goes next.
Koresh
So-
and I think we got some sleep, but looking at all of you, it looks like you're kind of tired.
I think we could all still use it.
Well, we could sleep here. I could make a grove.
That one
As
actually
has not
kind of-
left the Raminor Koresh cuddle and is just sitting there now. Does not look like she plans on moving at current.
Well, Heliki's still on your head, so she's just gonna make the grove from your head then. She's still sitting there.
So,
Okay, cool. A giant, what seems to be house of vines appeared just over you guys, as Heliki just kind of casts a grove of vines.
Yeah, so it can go out as far as a 90-foot cube. It will. She'll specify that you're all immune to the effects of the grove, and that you all know that the password is friends. So the entire area is watered by solid fog, grasping undergrowth, and grove guardians. So nobody is coming in here without the password. Otherwise, her grove guardians will tell you they will be strangled in grasping vines, and they can't see anything through the fog. But on the inside, it looks like a beautiful oasis. It's beautiful. There are trees and vines and flowers, and things are like blooming and bursting to life. So as long as you're on the inside, it's fine. It's just not great for everyone on the outside.
All right, you guys find yourself in an oasis almost,
At that
able
point,
to just kind of look back and just relax.
at that point, Connor's just gonna sit down on the ground and just plop backwards and just close his eyes and just let the longest breath out that he's been holding. Like letting all of everything that's happened in like the last day out. Or a day and a
Safe
half
zone.
at this point.
Look at that, guys. You guys can take a long rest in safety.
we love Heliki. We
It's a long
stand.
rest.
We stand Heliki. We
There
protect
is a long
the bear.
rest that is
Three.
allowed to happen, and nothing can get to you in here without us having plenty of ample warning. There's 90 square foot of space for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's so much space.
As you, Heliki, as you finally get the chance to really look everyone up and down, you can see that they're all wearing armor made out of ironwood. You don't remember there being that much ironwood. Maybe a tree or two, but not enough to make 4 full sets of ironwood, and definitely not enough to clothe around Minor.
She kind of like frowns a little bit at that. Did they propagate? Did they make more? Did my propagation thing work? Like, did we work out the transplanting and the splicing? Did they splice it onto other trees? Did they grow it like that? Did it root by itself?
Connor, you're getting all of these thoughts.
Yeah, Connor, you're just being bamboozled with Heliki trying to work out the science and the math of how ironwood now exists, and like this as like an item that people can wear and use.
And all she's gonna get from Connor is, hold on, one moment, and she's gonna get an image, which is really the memory of when the team went into the Ironwood. Everything that they saw.
Gotcha. Heliki, you see a city around what seems to be Ironwood. And it is Ironwood as far as the eye can see. Connor's memory even pans out to a bird's eye view till you find an entire forest of that substance.
How did they do it? Did they? And like instantly her mind is like branching off into all these different directions of how they could have possibly gotten, because where she was at was splicing bits of ironwood onto an already established tree. So how much wood did it take before the ironwood overtook a tree and then they had an organic tree to be made, to be planted? Did they just keep propagating it? Did they make seeds? Do ironwood sprout seeds? Now she wants to like dissect it to see if it has pods. Like, what
and
is
at
the
this
process?
time, for the very first time in ever, since he actually got this gauntlet, he actually takes it off and just puts it on the ground next to him. Like, I'm done. No more.
Connor has a sudden insight into how Az feels every time Connor talks in her head.
Yeah.
So yeah, now for the first time in forever, this entire gauntlet is now on the floor next to him. He has never taken it off for any reason.
Yep. Well, he's in a safe space. It's not like anything terrible is gonna happen because he took it off. Actually, during this rest time, Heliki's actually gonna have a bit of a pass out moment where her brain is gonna overload, and she's just gonna finally fall asleep because
All right,
she's
you
She
guys,
fall asleep atop Az's head.
you guys see Heliki just like she just, and then just goes out.
It's just like complete overdrive, and she passes out, and then that's a 22 for her wisdom save.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Anything else you guys are doing before you fall asleep?
Well, I'm just gonna get out of his armor so he's not sleeping in armor. It'll take 5 minutes, I think, something like that.
And
Porsche?
He froze.
Oh.
He did
At least he
freeze.
froze in a, at least he flows in a flattering
yeah,
direction.
no, I did freeze. Hang on.
Yeah,
Can y'all
Go ahead.
can you
No, I see you.
Can you hear me?
I
Am
hear
good?
you. I can
Am
hear
I
you.
good?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Okay. So,
Okay.
Koresh is, for all intents and purposes, he's got Az in a ball at this point. I don't think they're letting go, even though it does seem like they're struggling quite a bit, simply due to the fact that she's like 5 foot, what, like 9, and kind of like they're doing their best.
Yep.
And do we want to do the thing, Shay?
I'm sorry, because as and Koresh have been communicating telepathically. We want to interrupt the scene, though. I don't know. Just
Do it. Do the thing.
do the
It
thing.
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be tonight, but at some point soon, they're gonna have to know.
When you wake up. That's better. It's gonna mentally.
When we wake up.
So yeah, Az
When we
doesn't
wake
even
up.
bother getting out of her armor at this moment. She just passes the fuck out.
Aw.
Okay.
And Koresh is just gonna like find a patch of leaves that'll catch their fall and just fall back into the leaves, still making sure that Az don't fall nowhere.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, Heliki,
Yes.
as you are asleep, you remember, and you dream a memory, basically, where you are leaving where you planted the very first ironwood tree, which in your mind was a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And you remember that you had another thing you needed to take care of in the Feywilds with your team. So you go searching for a portal to the Feywilds, and you find one, and you go into the Feywilds, and you come back out around where your lab used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you...
She's already starting to sweat and wiggle uncomfortably.
And that's where you wake up, since you had such a high wisdom save. That's where you wake up.
Yep. She starts breathing a bit heavily, knowing where that thought process was going, where her head was going with it. And she kind of just, because everybody else is asleep, she like smacks the side of her head very firmly and is like, no, absolutely not. And then rolls over and goes back to sleep. Like, just, she is not having it at all right now. She's like, this is not the time.
And then Connor, we pan over to your dream as well. My friend Connor, I feel like this tracks for Connor. Okay, hear me out on this. Mm-hmm. You are dreaming memories of the current mission that you are on, things that might be pertinent to you. And the memory you dream of is the first time you sat at that table. You stood at the table with the other Council of Nine, covered in shadows. You look around and you see all these shadows of people. One being a very large shadow, one shadow that seemed to be very clearly a minotaur, and one that seemed to be quite small. That's it.
Does he wake up from this dream or at this point, or?
No.
Okay.
This is something that isn't abnormal to you.
Got it.
That's it. It is daybreak.
Yeah, when he wakes up, he's going to stretch out a little bit and then take some of the papers that he actually has in his bag and just write out what he hit. Like, just kind of make a small little journal entry. And it's all says, like, Mask A, Mask B, and just physical descriptions that he remembers, and the ones that he remembers from the dream, he writes it in there as well. And next to that, it's locations if he knows, or current status, like alive, dead, and if it's just blank, it means that it's unknown. And then at the very bottom, it just says original mask wielder. Alive? With a couple of question marks. Like, is that even considered alive? But yeah. And anybody else is awake would see him write up. Would see him actually writing everything in here, so.
Yep, everyone's waking up. What are we doing?
Koresh is like sort of bleary-eyed and just just like a string of like growling sounds.
So the sounds you make when you
just
wake
like yes, exactly that.
Grumpy growl. Oh my god, you're making me wake up.
And it's just,
By the time that they wake up, Az is already up and is no longer playing with them and is sitting a few feet away, kind of taking off her armor piece by piece. She's got her other set of armor laid out.
Heliki is flying in and out of Az's armor, like walking along the ironwood armor because she can.
So there's two different sets, and not both of them aren't ironwood. If I remember, there's one set of ironwood armor, and there's one set that's different. So the one she's taking off is not the ironwood armor. She was in her stealth armor, which I envision as like very sleek, sneaky looking armor that doesn't make sound when she walks. And then the step that's laid out that she's clearly getting ready to put on is the ironwood armor, fashioned similarly to studded leather.
That's the one she's numing in and out of, like tapping on it,
Are you examining it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Give me a nature check on your ironwood armor.
She is Just trying to work out what is going on. That is a terrible roll. That's an 8.
It's definitely Ironwood.
Yep. She's just like, this is so weird. This is so foreign to what, like, how can it change over just a few short weeks? Like, it's only been, what, maybe 3 weeks? 4 at the very most since she started propagating it. And now we have a forest of it and it's armor. Like,
saying all this out loud?
Are you saying that out loud?
Yep.
Korish is going to like kind of like sit up. Lass, when did you go into there? That place where we found you? When did you go in there perhaps? Like date, time.
This is why I have an assistant, okay? I'm not great with like times. She wrote it down though. It's somewhere in the lab. She wrote it down because I wasn't supposed to be gone for more than a couple of days, and then once I got back, we were going to keep going with the work that we were doing.
Do you remember the year? What year was it?
That is a good question. What year was it?
Since we don't have a calendar for this world, I'll just say that Hiliki cites a time about 2,000 years in the past.
Lass, that's not a few short weeks. And I proceed to tell her the actual year that it is.
How? That's not possible?
Unfortunately, it seems exactly that it is. I mean, there's weird magics fucking everywhere. You can go to different planes of existence and have time dilation hit you. You're Fae, so you understand the Feywild well enough, I'm assured.
I mean, yes.
So time goes much faster there than it does here.
Or slower, depending on what's happening.
No, you don't understand. I was only gone maybe a week, 2 tops. And then they had me in there for like another week or 2 tops.
Clearly that's not the case anymore. I'm sorry to tell you. You were in there for 2,000 years. Was I
in the Feywild for 2,000 years, or was I in there in the compound for 2,000 years? Like, her brain is now hurting. She's like, oh god. Was she being tortured?
And now Korish is now having some gears turn. Like, she thought she was in there for 2 weeks. We went down there and it was nearly a day. Is there anything that could give me the implication that we were in there far longer than we realized?
Oh, no.
No? Okay. Well, I'm gonna make an Arcana check to see if there isn't anything that, like, I would possibly know in terms of, like, what in magic could cause something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna do me too well. I have a +2 to Arcana, but we're just gonna fucking see.
It's a natural assumption.
That's a 4!
That's a 4! I know that feeling!
You know something funky happens when people go into the Feywilds.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Yeah.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Anyways,
nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
She's in a place where she doesn't know whether being in the Feywild was what took so long, or being with them in the compound was so long.
Give me an Arcana check.
Spending so long with them.
Haley, can you give me an Arcana check?
Just sitting there looking between them, and then slowly grabs her mask given to her as number 2 that's made out of ironwood, and just kind of decides to be kind of a shithead and puts it on.
Haliki, with that 14, you know that it was the Feywilds that somehow took so long. You know that time dilation is a thing. Time can be slower or faster when you're inside the Feywilds.
That was not a calculation that we prepared for. Not at all.
Well, then I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm quite positive that everything you thought you knew does not any longer apply. Not necessarily.
My team, they're all gone.
I understand that. And
How did any of this, how did nothing die? You don't understand. 2,000 years is a long time. How did the Ironwood not die out? How did they keep going?
So, by my understanding from what I've been told from the group, there's these people who hold masks. I used to work for a mask holder. And one of these mask holders, it's kind of like a shady organization. You hear people spout off about the Enlightened and my version of the Illuminati, so that way we don't fucking tread over real life shit. But like, well, that's the closest thing you're going to find to a secret society that runs the shadows of the world. And one of them does hold the Ironwood as her domain and dominion. They might have had something to do with your runaway Ironwood.
Hyliki's like immediately trying to go through her head and going through her team and trying to work out which one of them could possibly cross over into the dark side. She's like, which one? If I left them alone for 2,000 years, which one of you went crazy?
Well, they're not necessarily bad. I mean,
taking bets on her assistant, by the way.
Her
bet
always
for
the
her
assistant. It's always
yeah,
the assistant.
she's just like, listen, man, that woman had to organize things one too many times and she snapped.
So understand that not all of them are bad, but a great deal of them can be. One of them, I'm almost 90% sure, is when we go to this fucking blood circus. That's probably going to be one of the ones we're going to have to deal with.
Do they know about each other?
Of course they know about each other. The mask holders all know of each other. They know of their dealings and they know of their works. They are one organization.
We best get to them. I have some questions.
Connor, at this point, puts the gauntlet back on. And then he just pulls out the brass ball. And he just kind of like flips it in his hand for a moment and just looks to Hiliki and be like, look, don't worry. If you ever want to go to the Ironwood, just let me know. And I will take us there. And then he looks
Az takes the mask off and puts it back on the belt.
And Koresh is going to look to Az. And through telepathy...
That's my lunch cake. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be time. Well, we'll wait till Haliki gets back there, but it might be time to finally spill the beans there, lads.
Takes another slow breath and isn't really looking at anyone. And her eyes lift, but they land on Connor. And she finally speaks. And at the same time, she pulls up her sleeve. You know, she's no longer in her armor, just kind of the whatever, you know, things under armor that I do not remember what they're called. And, you know, shows the tattoo, the sword wrapped in the thorny stem of a rose with the bloom at the tip. Just, you know what this is, don't you? At least a little bit.
Connor looks over from the corner of his eye, and he goes, yes, it is a family crest that was hunted. Any who had that were slain.
That's right. I'm the only hunted one. And just kind of looks around the group. And I'll wait until Ree gets back, but just the preps. I think I owe you all an explanation of who I was before any of this came to be. Lord, what the fuck?
My dungeon master brain said, "I want to end it, but we gotta let it happen. We gotta let you guys see it."
You had evil intentions.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I saw that look on his face. He's just like, I should end this session now.
Don't end the storyteller brain here, please. I'm on the track.
No, you gotta do it. I'll let you have it.
We just gotta wait, and then the scene just freezes. All the characters frozen in place as we wait.
Here's where we plug some shit.
Has your
Remember,
barbarian had an issue raging?
yeah.
Your cleric healing. Your rogue stealing. Try cortisol 10.
I feel like at some point, if this gets big enough, we actually need to make and brand market merch. That's this stuff that you make up. Like,
I'm hearing this and I keep thinking Ford's gonna say fucking Viagra every single fucking time.
No.
Viagra fixes all of it.
No.
Your
Viagra is
D&D
for a
discussion.
I
raging.
expect him to go, hey.
A
take
raging
the
what?
No. Hey, take the Ironwood supplement. It's gonna help the barbarian rage.
Ironwood supplement. Oh.
All right, let's continue.
Having trouble keeping Woody?
But I guess, as the dramatic, she looks to Connor. You're only half right. There was a very large city up in the archipelago. My family was, you could call us noble. We held no title, but had spent generation to generation being the protectors of this place. Rising to city guard, head of city guard, all of those things. Making sure that this place thrived and was safe. I had a family. And she kind of looks to Raminor like the look that says, now you'll understand. It's kind of this is why I was so kind of messed up when we were with yours. I had my own family. My parents. My brother. Lover. Going to be married. Now, only just become captain of the city guard not long before. Took me some time. Everyone was excited. And we were not prepared. When invaders came from over the sea. And you can this, and you watch her, and she's starting to struggle. This is where she's having a hard time continuing as it gets into the worst parts. And she can't look at anyone anymore. They broke through the walls. And they weren't just using soldiers, but they had mages with them. Strong mages, nothing that we had a hope of standing against. They didn't just want to take our home. They wanted to make a mockery of the fall. So some of them came for me. There are magic that will control you and take you over and make you do things you can never forget. I had to stand and watch myself slay my own people and the man that I loved. I had to watch them take everything, to be still, as one by one my family died before my very eyes, and everything burned to the ground. And instead of heal me too and let me at least die with some kind of honor, I got to live. So that every single person who survived that day could find me and hate me and kill me later. I am a traitor and a murderer, long before I ever chose to be one. "5 years before I met you all the first time, and 5 years from now, I have been running and hiding. The Rosen name is not safe for me. This mark to anyone who knows where I come from. This means that I am fair game for slaughter. I wouldn't doubt that there are prizes upon my head. That is who I am."
At this point, Connor's going to walk over, put his hand firmly on her shoulder, drawing her attention and making her look him dead in the eye. And he's going to say, very quietly, but knowing that that what his words are going to encompass the entire group, is just going to go, "If anybody were to come to you to try to lay claim to this bounty or whatever, they will have to do it over our bodies. No one is getting to you. For any of us.
Barefoot through Avernus before they touch you.
I may be a punching bag for the creatures we find, but for my friends, I will show them what I truly am. The same way that you would stand up for me and help me take out my past, I will stand by you and help you with yours. And I'm sure that my words are exactly what the others would say. Just not as colorful, and probably with Ramanor would be a lot more sunflowery and happy-go-lucky, and Heliki would probably go on a tangent somehow and talk about how we could possibly turn them into different types of wood and everything else, and maybe you're not in her head. You have no idea the way her head works.
Mama, shut up.
Who's looking at Ramanor?
Koresh is looking at
everyone.
Koresh is looking at everyone, but kind of looks towards Az, and she can probably feel the eyes burning into her fucking head after, in a way that says, "I fucking told you," and then kind of looks towards the rest of the group, but will actually take a moment to look at Ramanor, because that is kind of a big thing here.
Been very quiet all morning.
Listening to it all. You started the day with a smile. And for the first time since you've seen him, other than when he was being somewhat serious, even then he still had somewhat of a smile. There is no smile. It is a flat face. eyes dead stuck on Az, and clenched fists. Not saying a single word.
Coming down from it. Oop, go for it.
He is not the kind to disown anyone. So she flutters right over to Az and wraps her little hands around Az's neck into a cuddle. And she says, "It's okay, we'll be your family now."
Oh God.
and we'll stick together. And it'll be fine. And anybody that comes for you, we'll squash them. And she's tiny.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take some time.
Az just takes like a really shuddering breath and just, I know what you mean, but I don't think you understand. The last thing I need or want to hear is that you will put your life on the line for me.
Yeah, but you don't
I
get
have
to
lost enough people in my name.
But you don't get to choose who loves you. You get to choose whether you love us back, but you don't get to choose whether we love you. So you can keep being mad, and you can keep being angry, and you can keep kicking us away and telling us no more and screaming more and more that you don't want to be loved, but that doesn't stop us from loving you anyway.
As you look around this semicircle and you see a group of people who clearly care for you in ways that only you have seen family do so. You can see that whether you like it or not, each one of these people would gladly go to the guillotine for you. And as you do that, we'll end tonight's session there.
Aww.
Can I do
Yes.
one little thing real quick?
Sure.
As he's just deadpan faced, angry, clearly looking at Az, he's just gonna reach out to the wild mother. Does he feel like an action at all?
Not this time.
Not this time. Okay. Alright.
That's it?
Yep.
Alright.
You okay?
Cat's crying.
Oh,
That's right. Well, no.
The chat is
they're
crying.
They're not crying. It's just raining.
We're
inside.
crying.
It's
Yeah.
raining inside.
It's just raining inside.
Indoor rain.
Exactly. They might be in the
James, you
shower.
had something? You had your hand out like you had something, James.
Orange is just kind of looking around at everyone and looks at Az, and there's a small smirk that kind of appears on his face. Don't worry, I'm not going to say the thing that I really, really want to say. But if your face and your name puts you in danger, I think it's time I showed you a few tricks. And
The
that's
episode ends.
yeah.
That's where the episode ends.
Solid end right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for being here. If you join our Discord, you get first notice about a lot of different things. So join our Discord. And Silver Magnolia, I don't even know who you are. Maybe I'm just dumb.
no, that's Jamie. She was a guest star.
That's James.
He
Oh,
was. She was the itty bitty fighter
I remember. Yes.
of
yes,
the Tea
yes.
Club.
Uh-huh.
The Tea
mhm.
Club.
Yes, I do remember. Hello, hi. You're right. You're not crying. I am crying. So,
He says in absolute deadpan.
Before it has indoor rain, it's fine.
I have indoor rage. Nothing. It's okay. Don't think too hard about it, Shaq. We'll see you guys next week.
I'm now contemplating the logistical difference between outdoor rage and indoor rage. Like your outside voice and your inside voice.
It's like Bruce Banner. I'm always angry.
No, that's Az.
All right.
Not
Always
anymore,
angry.
honey. We just fixed that shit. You
All right,
ain't angry
guys.
today.
Later,
We'll see you
Good night.
guys. Good night.
We'll see.